find more thought leaders in the space. So I think it is adaptive and iterative.
And then COVID. What did COVID do to you, and how do you manage? What would your strategy be within the COVID and for COVID? Because it's lingering. If you're looking back since March last year.
I mean, listen, I think we're still in it, right? So I don't know what is going to happen. I know the after school sector has been very deeply affected, just because when schools close and then schools reopen, the last thing they're thinking about is, soccer in the afternoon. They're thinking about how do we get this grade 8 learner to pass at the end of the year. But what I can say is that one of the most incredible things, and I can share, in fact, if you look at the symposium link that I send you, there's the framing essay for the symposium spoke a lot to the fact that the sector, because the sector is so on the front lines of communities, they're based in communities, they work directly with learners, because they're not always school-based, they know how to find learners where they are when they're not at school. And so in many ways, the after-school sector was able to keep learners connected to learning at a time when schools were closed. So although I think the sector has been devastated in its formal sense, and I think funding will be a struggle in the next few years, I'm amazed at the resilience of the sector to ensure that learners were not left behind.
Really? So what actually happened on the ground? People deliver different services. Did some of these partners or NGOs change their whole ethos?
Yeah, many of them went into food delivery. We did a case study in Masiphumelele, which is a community here in Cape Town, where we actually did a network study of a number of organizations within Masiphumelele and what they did during lockdown. So I'll share that with you.
Exactly. So, and how did your role change in relation to your partners during COVID?
I think it was just trying to keep people connected. That's when we actually started the practitioner community of practice, because we realized practitioners were feeling quite isolated, quite stressed, not sure how to add value to their learners. We tried to do research during the downtime. There's often organizations are so busy doing the doing, they're not necessarily recording their findings. So we just tried to work with the sector to really make the case for it as well.
So you didn't move into a more motivational kind of mentorship, keep the morale up, or you continued with your normal work as well?
Well, I think we tried to do what we needed to do. We started a huge project called the Treasure Box with the Laureus Foundation, the Learning Trust, Assetej, and ourselves, which was an activity booklet trying to cover the 4 different pillars of after-school programs: sport, arts, culture, academic, and life skills, that could be used in homes for learners to really feel the value of after-school programs, as well as to give voice to so many after-school organizations who have amazing activities that can be done at home. So, for example, that was a project that we developed with other thought leaders in the space, and we were able to develop 3 volumes last year, which got, I think we in the end printed about 300,000 copies, which were distributed.
So you would, as a government entity, you would take care of putting this idea together, get people to contribute, and then pay for the printing and the distribution. Would that be the kind of role that you would have?
So actually different organizations put in money. We put in some money. The Learning Trust put in some money. Laureus put in some money. Assetej was able to help us with networks on the ground. It was really an incredible collaboration.
Oh, fantastic. And okay, then tell me about, are you aware of anything? Because this program or this research is funded by the Olympic movement. Do you see any value or collaboration with Olympism, Olympic values, or anything around Olympism or the sports sector coming on board? Or do you have them in your lens or focus in any way?
I mean, I think that we've had to be quite focused